Hello. Okay, now it's a lot better now if I do it like that. Okay, so hopefully my mic is working. I'm going to work, by the way. I'm going to work. I'm not like doing anything to my entire like vlogging thingy. I'm not like doing anything, but like I'm going to work. I'm driving right now, so yeah. I just feel like I want to talk about something about my personal life and stuff. Like this is my kind of vlog that I'm always doing or whatever. So yeah, I'm not running late or anything. I'm actually on time. Let me find a better place, a better place, a better lighting for myself. So yeah, a better lighting for myself or whatever. You know what I mean? A better lighting for myself. See, we got a better lighting. Don't, because I've been struggling about my body image for quite some times now. I grown up. I have my own glow the fuck up, okay? Like macam, chill. Like I do have my own glow up and stuff, and somehow I don't want to glow down. Okay, why did I say I have my glow up? Because after all of this time, I do have, a very skinny physique. Okay, a very skinny physique, a very, I would say, snatch. Well, not that snatch of a body. It's just that, I have a very skinny, and also the way that I dress up usually is on different, and also on a different, and also I don't really like the way that I look like in a mirror, obviously. But slowly I started to accept myself. Somehow, like I have, I have changed my body, obviously. I have to like my body changed, however. And then all of a sudden now, like, oh, okay, like, I do have some fat here and there, but I do like my own physique at some point, I just, it's been a while I have been, being skinny to the point where I look ugly. It's not like skinny, good skinny, just a skinny that, like your clothes is loose and everything. And you don't want that, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But now all my clothes are fit perfectly well. I mean, too well now. Oh my God. But then, yeah, that's all, to be honest. I don't have anything against my body, like, very negatively. I'm not like, doing anything kind of, it's just that I'm trying to embrace the change, I'm trying to embrace the change, and, I'm trying my best to like, buy clothes that will last longer for me, okay? Which is mean, what I'm trying to say is I can use again and again and again the clothes, and then I try to figure out like new style for my clothes and stuff like that. So, like I don't need to buy like, like I don't like buying clothes. That's the thing about me. I don't like buying clothes, but I do like to buy expensive electronic stuff. So that's the thing about me, that somehow like I still need to fix my problem, okay? But then, yeah, other than that, I've been asking myself for quite a while. I mean, I have somehow forgotten about it, but then like, it came in my mind. It's always like, something in my mind, that, why I do not do my, apa nama ni? Why I do not do sewing anymore, okay? I do sewing before this. Obviously, I do love to sew before this. I don't know what happened, to be honest. I just lost. See, that's the thing that I really, I've been struggling with, to be honest. Like, why the fuck would you just like forget about it? You know what I mean? Why did I just forget about it? I spend a lot for my so-called hobby. Okay, um, yeah, like buying myself the industrial machine and stuff. I mean, it's not that expensive here where I live. It's still thousands of ringgits, obviously, but then it's not that much compared to like Juki, a real Juki one, And then I don't know. And then recently, my machine just like broke down. I think that is one of the problem. I think. I just like I don't have any kind of but I can still sew at office. We do have a designer room. Obviously, I work with I work with local brand. So of course we do have like a room for us to like to do some sewing and stuff, light sewing, or to just like do the whole garment. But that's the thing about me. Usually, if I do have a project I want to finish, I will bring my project to the office, if I don't have anything to do and I don't have any current task or anything like it lah, obviously. But I could have just like go and like sew at my office if I don't have my sewing machine, my industrial sewing machine. I do have a cutting table for myself, obviously. Again, if y'all like saw me like in one of my vlogs, in one of my videos, I do have that big table that I put in the middle of my living room or my house, whatever. I rarely use it now for cutting fabrics, but I do use it for other things, like for it's a table, I still use it as for my everyday thing, obviously to eat, to to dine and stuff like that. So yeah. But other than that, like sewing has been like a really hit or miss topic for me. I do love sewing back then. I don't know why. Maybe if I try to remember why, it's just that because I do have a really strong want to know, eagerly trying to explore the topic, sewing or making a garment, I'm eagerly wanting to know the answer to the to the hobby, and I want to know how it made. I want to know how machine works. I want to know how people do things and everything. But I'm not interested in business. Obviously, I'm not a business person. Like I'm not that person. But I do want to know how they make garment, and also I'm really obsessing about things like haute couture. How they are such a very noble things to do. When you are trying to do everything by hands and stuff like that. Yeah. Those things. I'm really obsessed with those things. I collected a lot of I watch a bunch of behind the scene of big typical big brands like Dior and stuff. How they do their products and stuff. So yeah, and also of course I'm working with a local brand. Obviously, like I know how things work in the local fast fashion industries and stuff. So definitely like those things are, one of the perks, of working where I'm working at. So, and I got to share room with all the designers and stuff. So yeah, and also whenever if they do have problem with their troubleshooting about a product or anything like it, of course I can make myself useful in the conversation. But then yeah, to be honest, running, it's not like running like I'm definitely not doing anything, but running back and forth between as for probably some of you guys already know, I am a 3D artist, and so at the same time, I'm a video editor, a videographer, but also I can sew, and then I know how to make clothes 3D, and also using the software, I can make clothes in real life and stuff like that, but yeah, like, it's not like running in between those things, but still like I don't know who I am. For some reason I don't know who I am. I don't know, like, um, sometimes, maybe I'm having like midlife crisis, but maybe not that serious. You know what I mean? Not that serious. Not that kind of midlife crisis. Is that I'm confused sometimes. Like, like, what are you? What, like, you do so many things, but like, pick one at least. Sometimes I do jealous. Sometimes, obviously, we all do that. Like comparing ourselves or whatever. Comparing ourselves, for example, like, oh, that person only know how to do one things, and they're very great at it. They're amazing at it, and they're like, doing that only, and then like, do that only, and then they're like focus on one thing, and then they're becoming great on one topic. So that's the thing. I want to be that person, but it's just, of course, like, I've already, like, dive so much into other things that I don't really know which one to focus. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's like the topic that I am, trying to pull out from this video. So yeah. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I left the video with just no answer to my problem. Obviously, there's always the questions and stuff. Maybe this video is somehow related to you guys. Like, maybe, some of you guys may be feeling the same thing. I don't even know. But then, yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much. I don't know what kind of topic that I'm talking about. They're very much like here and there. And then, like, that's it. I don't even know. But then, yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye, guys. I'm parking. I want to go to park. Move, bird. Move, bird. Fuck. Where the fuck are you trying to go, bitch? Like, bitch. Fuck you, hoe. It's my fucking space, you dumbass. Beep, beep. Where the fuck they would left like a fucking cart here? Dumb fuck. Like, fuck, man, like, ni hang lah balik. Bodoh lah. Bye, guys.